God. So I'm just setting up for the day. And, I think I'm going to try to avoid talking about anything brain busting today. Or things that sort of may challenge you in kind of a sort of a divisive way. I think I'm just sort of casually here looking for a Photoshop file that maybe I can use for my opening title screen. I just want to make some quick ones. I thought I could grab an After Effects template and just chuck it up there. But no, that's wasn't to be. So I think I have something in here that I might be able to use. I don't know. There's my ident file, but I don't think I can. Whoops! I don't think I can use that one. Oh, and it's a bit of a pain using my mobile phone as a sort of a temporary webcam. But oh well, there you go. Right. There you go. Hey, Dutch tilt. Why not? Right? Let's see. I got a particles movie. No, let's go back. I'm gonna take a look at the images I've got here. Those are the donate images. I need something I can use for a title screen. Lordy. Maybe the desktop that I've got going on would be a good one to use. I guess I'm trying to avoid talking politics because we got the American election going on. Holy cow. That's like, that, honestly guys, that has soaked up way more of my time than was absolutely necessary. I swear to God. But I think it's, I think it was Pierre Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, who said having America as a neighbor is like sleeping next to an elephant. The minute the elephant sneezes, it causes earthquakes for us. That kind of thing, which is very much the case. I'm swear I'm misquoting him. Can't think of Pierre Elliott. I can't quote Pierre Elliott Trudeau, former Prime Minister of Canada, this early in the morning. It's way too early in the morning for that. So I think I might have something in logos. Let's have a look. Can I use my ArtStation banner? Yeah, I know. I'm using these very old ArtStation banners. I thought I had Photoshop files of this stuff. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the desktop BG. You know what? Let's use that because it's in Photoshop format. So I'll see if save those as title cards. What is up with this default extras thing that keeps sort of cropping up? I don't know. So let's see. You know what? I'm not going to overthink it because again, these are just temporary. So I'm just going to pop titles on here. I think we'll do that. We'll just go pop this in here and go, it's way too early for this, right? Just something simple. I don't need anything too complicated, right? And then we'll find a good point size for this, and then away you go. Title card, done. Right? Oh, that's too small. So yeah, I don't know. American election. I think the one thing for me is I'm not. I don't think I'm concerned so much about Donald Trump. I think we'd be sort of misguided to be worried about that guy, right? And I'll tell you why, right? Because the fact that he's got so many supporters, I think should be far more disturbing. Not disturbing, I shouldn't say disturbing, because it's another kind of way of thinking. I think it's not disturbing. I think what I'm trying to say is that there's that many millions of people who feel like their voice is not being heard, right? And that's the problem, right? That's the essential problem. I mean, It's Trump. Yeah, it's Trump now, but it could easily have been somebody else. I, personally, I think Mitch McConnell is the guy that we should be worried about. He's a complete opportunist. But I'm not part of his constituency, so I don't know exactly how they view him. But again, it just comes down to people are feeling like they are sort of left behind, marginalized, and that kind of thing. But yeah, actually, there's a lot of anger out there, isn't there? And not just on the left or the right. I think that's what I want to talk about. There's an equal amount of anger from both sides, right? And I think that that's a dangerous place to be when you're reacting out of anger, right? Because it feels to me like it's not so much that people are voting for Trump again, it's a vote against liberals. And same with liberals, they just want to get Trump out. I don't know if they necessarily are passionate about Biden, which I think might be a mistake. I think it's more a case of just wanting to get Trump out. And that's not, I don't know. To be fair, there wasn't a lot of choice for candidates for either side, right? Where should I put this, guys? That graphic's getting in the way. Let's get rid of that one. And then we can do what I want, which is to sort of not that. I've always been challenged by this text tool, man. I swear to God. Okay, so let's see if we can go 120. And then just to stick with the white theme, we'll do that. And good old exclamation mark for that. That's cool. I'm happy with that. Maybe if we stick this guy in the front. Boom. It's way too early for this. That's kind of cool. You can't completely read it. So I want to just get enough so that people can kind of make it out. Anyway, I think I'm babbling because I got half my mind on this stupid title screen for this. I want to make one for each sort of thing that I do. Oh, that's too small. Bad tangency over there, man. I swear to God. All right, so let's go 110 and just move it over so it is at least recognizable. Just a little bit of overlap. That's cool. I like that. Something like that, eh? All right, so I'm going to group this guy because we'll make some more text with that. Title cards. I think I'm overthinking this a little bit. So let's go into the view and clear our guides. Yeah, it's good enough, right? Okay. Oh, file, save as. Oh, actually, we want to export. Quick export is PNG, and away we go. So let's go to, that's the desktop. Let's go logos. Do I have one for the stream? Nope. So I think I'm going to pop back. I think I created a directory specifically targeting the streams. Let's see, in here, Twitch. Yeah, images, there we go. And new folder, title cards. Yeah, so that's it for me, I think. Man, I don't know if I want to preserve everything I babbled about for posterity here. Because I don't think it's, I don't think if I sat down and thought about it, it would be kind of what I truly sort of believe. Okay, I'm going to stop so I can concentrate and talk a little bit about this. I think one of the big things for me, again, is just this reactive culture that we're living in. And I think it's reflected in earlier streams, but that polarity, I think, is coming from a lot of anger and a lot of reactive. There's no like sort of proactive, positive passion about anything, and I know it sounds a little bit airy fairy, but to be honest, if you think about any sort of creative project that you've ever been involved with, it lights fire with passion, and then you drive towards the finish line because you believe in it so strongly. It's been a far better motivation than anger. Actually, let me use sport as a metaphor because I've seen this happen a lot in sport, right? When you just enjoy winning and you're focused on the goal of winning, and your primary goal, especially in solitary sports like running or swimming or boxing or wrestling and things like that, your primary goal is to outdo yourself in a lot of ways, right? You set yourself as a pinnacle of what you want to do. Your personal best becomes the driving force that propels you forward. Anger at the other guy generally tends to lead to loss, right? And athletes know it. The minute you lose it, you've lost your focus. You're fighting for the wrong reasons, and you generally end up losing. Anger grants you a temporary amount of power, but it's just not something that you can sustain over the long haul. And I see the world reacting quite a bit out of anger, and it's a sustained anger, which is really bizarre. So I've been wondering about the various different things that we have in our lives that maybe contribute to that. What is it that is creating these sort of echo chambers? And you could say Facebook and social media and all that stuff creates these kinds of echo chambers, but I think it goes a lot deeper than that, because we consciously walk into our silos and we consciously lock the door behind us. So there has to be that decision making, right? And again, it's not Trumpism that concerns me. It's that like half of America and arguably half of the UK are just angry at the other half. And that sort of disunity, I don't know, can't lead to anything good, right? So I understand that there's probably a decade's worth of history that's built up to this particular moment, whether it's cultural, whether it's socio-political, what have you, right? So I think to a certain degree, a lot of the influences of popular culture have framed our way of thinking to this point, right? But I think we need to start to make a conscious effort to be able to stop vilifying contrary opinions. And yeah, actually, I'll end on this, right? This is something I've always firmly believed in. I was about to talk about vilifying the other side, but I realized my own personal approach, right? I have never sought in a particular debate to defeat my opponent. I've never sought to play a zero-sum game where their loss is my victory, right? I've always treated the debate as an opportunity to convince somebody to join you. If you fail to convince the person on the other side to cross the line and see things from your point of view, you have not won. You have not won. It doesn't matter if you have the last word. Having the last word seems to be a signifier of victory. Leaving your opponent speechless seems to be a signifier of victory. Victory for me is when I can take my opponent and have them say, that's a good argument. I see your point. That's a victory, right? If we want to shape the world as we see it, we have to show the world that what we see is not that bad, right? We cannot shape the world by shutting the door on half of the planet. We can't shape the world by, well, what are we going to do? Kick them out? We can't kick them out. What are we going to do? We have to live with them, right? What are you going to do? Kill them all? No, obviously not. Right? But what are you going to do? Celebrate your victory and then gloat for 4 years? No. To be able to change the world, you have to change the way people think. And to do that, you have to treat debates as not an opportunity to destroy somebody, but a debate is an opportunity to change somebody's mind. And none of us want to do it. You know why? Because it's freaking hard. It's freaking hard. It's actually a lot easier to destroy somebody. Right? Go and do your research, find all your intellectual weapons, memorize them, have them close to hand so you can drop them in conversation and get the final point. That's not what it's about. Enlightenment is about enlightening other people, right? Saying, look, man, I know where you're coming from. Try this on for size. See what you think, right? And in that way, we have these shared experiences. And there's an opportunity for you to learn as well, right? You know, so there are a number of things that I do learn because I pay attention and I listen to everything from various different viewpoints, right? My YouTube channel is not left or right. I generally hopscotch back and forth. I'm not CNN or Fox. I watch both of them, right? It's the only way to have that kind of clarity on what's going on in the world, right? If you only stick to your one silo, you're never going to get a clear view. You're never going to get a clear view of the countryside that you inhabit, right? Because you're stuck in your silo. Anyway, next stream.